IBJJF World No-Gi Championships, Dallas, Texas. We'll be doing the commentary for the Black Belt Championship rounds today here. Mats 1 and 12. And Chase, we're about to get things started with a roosterweight match. And a young man on the mat right there, you see him running across the screen to the right, has been getting a lot of attention. Estevan Martinez, aka the Giant Slayer. You may have seen a clip of him on Instagram where he fought in the Absolute division yesterday. And now back in his home, his weight class, taking on Enrique Rossi of Cicero Costa.
Yeah, the Giant Slayer, Estevan, is so fun to watch. He's there on the right of our screen right now. But same could be said for Enrique Rossi, actually. Really dynamic athlete. A lot of flying attacks from him already on the neck of Estevan. I expect a lot of action, very kinetic match between both these two athletes, and you can see it's already kind of beginning to play out that way.
Estevan, if you've not seen him compete yet, it's always a treat. This ZR team black belt, very dynamic, strong wrestling. Almost impossible to submit, it seems. He's able to escape from just the deepest positions. But look at this.
He's going to have to start doing that right about now because Rossi's already all over him.
I like this wrestling control. He's using that front headlock to shut down the shot early, and then now using it to come out onto the rear body lock from standing. We got a match in our hands. Smash pass position there, but Martinez replaces the half guard. I feel like the half guard is not something we see a lot of in the roosterweight divisions, but there's 2-point reversal for Martinez, because Martinez may be a little unlike a lot of the other roosterweights. He really likes to wrestle, and wrestling up from that position is it's obviously a major tactic, and he does it so well. We see a lot of the lighter-weight fighters, they focus on using their guard, their legs, and the barambolos and such to sweep, but that's not Estevan's game, and I feel like that gives him a little advantage against roosterweights who maybe don't put as much time into straight wrestling as their opponents.
Yeah, and Estevan's equally happy on top. He doesn't mind passing, where many times a sweep from some of the lighter athletes results in simply an attempt to take the back or sitting back down in a bit of a seesaw. But as you see, he's already looking to pass the guard and has done so quite nicely. 5 points to Estevan. So it just shows how well-rounded he is as an athlete, and looking to continue pressing forward here.
Look at that side control. What is he doing? He's doing like a key lock with his legs on the near side arm, using his legs to create a figure 4 motion and actually get like an Americana style lock using his legs. Great dexterity. Let's see if we can see the grip. There it is. He's actually attacking both arms at the same time. He's going for an Americana with his legs on the near side and an Americana with his arms on the far side.
That's awesome. This is getting closer here. Rossi
What
doing
an
a nice
amazing
job
attack.
to free his one arm on the near
And
side,
we
but
need
Estevan's
switch
right
angles
back to it.
because we need to see the Estevan's legs. This is amazing the way. Oh, hang on a second. Now he's looking to step over, but the windshield wiper motion of the legs there, the way that Estevan stepping into the mount for the arm triangle now, that was something incredible. I've got to say, I've never seen somebody attack both Americanas on the two arms at the same time. Oh, beautiful escape there from Rossi.
That was really nice timing from Rossi, and already right to it. Love the aggression, knows he's a little bit down.
Aggressive wrestling now. We see him coming forward, but Estevan jumps over that shot. 9-0 lead for Martinez.
Rossi in on a leg here, but Estevan doing a nice job scrambling out of position. And this is basically what you can expect from any Estevan Martinez match. It's just one long continuous scramble. Look around the arm to
gets
tap.
the finish. Estevan Martinez 9-0 and an armbar finish in less than 4 minutes. That is the Estevan Martinez show right there.
Crazy, but I love it. That's how you want to start the show.
Amazing work rate, incredible technique, and hunger for the finish. That is something special. Well, I gotta say, I'm so impressed with Martinez's technique there, the use of the legs to trap the Americana on the near side and then attacking for the far side as well. That's really something special to see. More matches coming up here at the Nogi World Championships. We'll be calling the action on mats 1 and 12 all day here, helping you guys navigate the brackets as well. The Roosterweight division is currently underway, and we've got many matches coming through from that one for the next couple of minutes.
Then we're about to jump into our next match here. We've got Gianni Ocasio versus Marcus Beto coming up from the light featherweight division. Strong showing yesterday from Gianni and Marcus. This is a quarterfinal match.
Yeah.
So one athlete will be moving into medal contention.
Ocasio seated to guard. Got the black and red rash guard on. See if we can get a little closer look at the action right now. Ocasio with the black and red. Beto with the long-sleeved black and white rash guard.
Gianni comes up for a quick 2, smart to put himself ahead early in the scorecards. And again, we mentioned this yesterday during Gianni's matches, but unlike, not unlike, Estevan, Gianni doesn't mind playing from top either. Another lightweight athlete that enjoys the passing game, is great pressure passing. A little of that coming from his coach, Marilla Santana, there at Unity Jiu-Jitsu.
He's got great guard passing.
He's got a nice underhook already.
Yeah. He's got a killer knee slice, and he's looking for that now, right?
Yeah, doing a little bit of a float passing style here. As he looks to dig deeper with that underhook. Do a little cut through knee slice. His opponent's doing a nice job, though, of framing away. But again, mostly a defensive posture at this point from Marcus.
Gianni trying to almost like a little hip switch while he's looking to drive that knee through for the knee slice. Not the greatest angle here. We need to maybe cut away. Those referees do have a habit of blocking the action sometimes, but
Marcus here forced to turtle. Gianni hunting for the neck already. Only 2 minutes into this match. Spins around to the back. We may see a reset here. Let's see if Gianni can solidify the position.
Yeah, no hooks, no points for the attempted back control there for Ocasio. Got a solid seatbelt grip. But they're going to restart, and Ocasio very comfortable with his guard. So we could see him come up for a simple 2 again, but Gianni's one of those guys who's really embraced the, he's always been a leg locker, and he's really embraced the opportunity to apply those in the IBJJF scenario. He's very proficient with the heel hooks, has a pretty incredible leg lock known as the Z-lock, if you've not had a chance to see that. Something really special.
Almost a bit of a hip lock almost. It's very nasty.
Yeah. Looks like he's
hunting
on a
right now for a heel.
Here. Inside a heel hook here for Gianni Ocasio.
Beto's looking for his own, but
Gianni's got the solid leg entanglement though, and Beto
looks
doesn't.
like
There is
tap.
the finish. There's the tap. A little over 3 minutes for Ocasio to find the heel and get the submission. Not a bad start to the day for Gianni Ocasio. That's his second match this weekend. And he will move through into the semi-final of this light featherweight division. And he'll take on the winner of this next match here on mat 12. Richard Alecon versus Carlos Alberto da Silva, a.k.a. Bebetto.
2 submissions, Hal, start off our morning here.
Love to see it. Said the lightweight guys were boring.
Not me.
Definitely not you. You're a lightweight guy. So.
Exactly.
Here we are with the next match on mat 12. We've got on the left with the short sleeve rash guard is Richard Alecon, and on the left of the screen with the long sleeve rash guard is Carlos Alberto de Silva. We'll just call him Bebetto, that's what he's known as. And with the short sleeve rash guard is Richard Alecon. Waiting to get things underway here. They just need to reset the scoreboard. Still have the scores and the timeout from the last match. Technical issues. Don't forget that you can use the split screen multi-mat function on our live player on the FloGrappling website to fire up two streams, two mats side by side. And I would suggest just running 1 and 12 next to each other all day. Of course, the other 10 mats here featuring the blue belt action today here from the Masters divisions. But the black belts, all eyes are on the black belts, and that's mats 1 and 12. Hopefully we can get this scoreboard issue resolved here and get things started. Beto looks eager to go.
Yeah, this is a horrible feeling, right? When the elation of finally getting to step on the mats, and then you got to kind of stand there for a few more minutes.
There we go.
But we're moving now.
On the left, Carlos Alberto, a.k.a. Bebetto. On the right, Richard Alecon. Quarterfinal match in the light featherweight division. No surprise to see Bebetto on bottom. If you've not seen Alecon compete, very scrappy, very strong wrestling. Has an MMA and wrestling background, but it's a black belt under Giva Santana from One Jiu-Jitsu.
Also had a pretty decent run at Kasai and ADCC trials in the past. Very underrated grappler with a lot of strong skills that he can bring to this match.
The trick here, I feel, for Bebetto is choosing a strategy that negates Alecon's strengths. And that may be to try and tie him up into some guards, try and slow him down, because you give that guy space and it can be a handful. Right now we see not the best angle. We can't really see what's happening right now because the referee is in the way. But
stay to your hip, look for that underhook, look for that underhook, attack that arm, that left side, your right, his left, don't let him cradle your neck. Come up, hip up, Josh, hip up. Watch your neck, sir, come up, Josh, underhook, go.
see, I feel this is where Alecon wants to be. He wants to be on the outside. He wants the distance passing. I feel like Bebetto, he wants to try and get the De La Riva. He wants to try and make that connection, because you get into a foot race with Richard Alecon, and it's pretty dangerous.
Let's see that snap again,
Yeah, Bebetto's got such an agile guard, really versatile. Haven't seen a lot of leg locks from him, but I feel like his game would transition quite nicely into that modern game here. But Alecon's well aware of it, and you can see him kind of aborting that mission there and trying to reset. But Bebetto has a nice bite right now as far as his guard is concerned.
Let's flatten him out, get him off his side.
I think Alecon's going to really try and work to get chest to chest eventually, because the frames of Bebetto are formidable. You can see here moving into single leg X, maybe thinking of exposing a heel.
Let's use that left foot in the hip.
Here he is moving into, still has a straight ankle lock grip. Will use it to almost score 2 points, earns an advantage for his efforts.
Matthew Robert, the sole fighting BJJ, Matthew Robert. Please check in on mat 7.
Alecon's got this low posture. His head is very forward. So he's driving his knee into that reverse de la Riva and putting a lot of pressure. It's going to make it difficult for Bebetto to extend with it. But it's a risky strategy to go into somebody's guard, right? You know, because you're pushing the knees against their chest in this kind of position, which is generally what the bottom guy wants. He wants his knees as close to his chest as possible. And that enables Bebetto to spin underneath, trying to maintain control of that ankle to possibly turn this into a reversal, but Alecon up and out. And I feel that if Alecon does have a path to the top position here, that he may need to try and pin the legs, pin the feet to the floor and separate the knees away from the upper body to try and get that top pin. Because right now, the further he goes forward and the harder he goes forward. Oh, look at this. Is Bebetto trying to get a leg entanglement here? He's trying to get that right leg over the top, it seems. He's drawing the ankle towards him, and now he could come up here for a 2. He's managed to suck the legs together. There is a guillotine in place, so no points.
This is pretty good. Bebetto's backpedaling a little bit, does not like the pressure on his neck.
Hard to see if this is a head and arm guillotine or if this is an anaconda choke from this grip. It does look pretty deep, and Alecon is hooking the leg as well, so we could see a solid advantage for this submission attack. I think we may see Alecon try and shoot the arm through for an anaconda choke here. Gets the reverse over the top, and then Bebetto gets his head out. There is an advantage for Alecon here. Now it's 1-1 for the advantages here. It's still 0-0 on the scoreboard at the halfway mark.
Now Alecon's running into the problem of working his outside passing, but not really being able to cut the angle he needs. And we've always seen him drive into the guard, as we pointed out earlier in this match. So Bebetto, we knew, had an impressive defensive guard. And Alecon does not quite seem to know how to unravel this puzzle quite yet.
This is 2 advantages to 1 for Bebetto at this stage with just over 3 minutes remaining, and back into this closed guard position. I feel like Alecon maybe could benefit from switching up his strategy a touch. What do you think, Chase? You think that Alecon should maybe try dropping back for a leg here?
it's coming to that moment in the match. The final 2 minutes is always sort of the last minute to make some serious changes in the approach, where you have enough time to make a significant series of attacks. We see Alecon still pushing forward, pushing ahead. I think dropping back may be dangerous at this point, because he is only down by a single advantage, where he could give up 2 points if he goes for a leg lock and it doesn't work out in his favor.
It's a great view
So
of
in any
the guard
case,
position.
he needs to pull something off, because I think even if he ties the advantages, it may go the way of Beto. Should have come to decision.
The danger, of course, is going for a leg attack against somebody like Bebetto, is that he's so good at countering those kind of positions with a back take. This is the real danger against using the leg attacks against guys who have great guards, guys who have the really good leg work.
Yeah, and Alecon's certainly no stranger to the leg lock game, and I think he would have taken that opportunity if he thought it was available. So it may be an act of desperation at this point, which, you know, he's a disciplined competitor. He doesn't think it's a good idea. At the same time, 50 seconds left. It would be a good moment to empty the gas tank here and just try anything to get that advantage at the very least.
Last 30 seconds of this match here, and see Bebetto trying to come up after the leg, but real chance for Alecon to step on the gas here still. And if he can get one solid submission attack, I mean, he already has the guillotine front headlock choke from earlier. The Bebetto's advantages came from sweeps. So, oh, here we go. There's the triangle choke. Look at this, going high is Bebetto. We need to change the angle. We can't see here. There. Now we're seeing him going high for the triangle, and no advantage scored for the triangle, but they will see time go, and that is going to be Bebetto who advances through to fight Gianni Ocasio in the semi-final a little later today, expecting that to go down around about 11:30. Okay, well, more action coming up soon. Let's take a short break and we'll be right back. A quarterfinal match in the featherweight division here on mat 12. On the bottom, representing Studio 76, is Danny Myra, one half of the Bolo Bros. And on top, looking to pass, is Danilo Moreira of IBJJF. Some technical issues. There we go. Apologize for that.
Yeah, if the name didn't tip you off, Myra is definitely known for his guard work and going for the barambolas, his back attacks from anywhere. Danilo is a relatively new black belt, but very, very talented from top and more or less everywhere in this game. Myra is a regular training partner of Mikey Musumeci. Helped Mikey get ready for all of his WNO matches. And definitely has some influence as far as the leg entanglement games and leg locks go.
Yeah, Myra is one of those new generation of black belts who grew up learning the berimbolo pretty much from like day one, right? And Moreira is right now trying to navigate his way around those legs, and is doing so by hanging out in the pocket, let's call it. You know, he's not on the outside, he's not running around. He's right there in the danger zone. This is the area where exactly the berimbolo specialist or the guard player, he wants to make connection, he wants to use his hands, he wants to use his feet, and he wants to get his hooks in to try and unbalance. Look at that, threading the arm, threading the leg over the top, looking for the arm attack, but Moreira hip to it, postures up and out. But this is the danger. You're hanging out in that middle range, exactly like I was saying.
Another heel hook is in.
Moreira, look at that. Look at his face. He's like, what are you trying, bro?
Very, very confident in his defense there.
See the grips here. That angle was great. Go back to that angle. We can see the grips here. We can't really see much from this position, but it's really important in these matches that, you know, what you should be looking at. You should be looking at the hands. You should be looking at the feet. It's where the battles are won and lost, right, Chase?
That is jiu-jitsu, Hal. Hooks and frames, as Mikey Musumeci likes to say. Of course, the score here, Tuna Moreira will affect Daniel Myra's approach. He knows he's down. 3.5 minutes off the clock already. And I like the aggression from Myra, hunting for submissions. Hasn't seen a real attempt to sweep yet. He just seems intent on the finish, which does make for exciting battles, but can also be challenging should your opponent get a lead and play a little more conservatively.
I like that use of the 2-on-1 there from Myra in trying to isolate an arm of Moreira. He was able to enter into that beautiful spiral armbar attack there earlier, but now
Moreira looking very confident, just called for his own reset. You know, a little bit of swagger out there, seems to not be threatened by anything that Myra's throwing at him. You have to wonder if that's getting into Daniel Myra's head a little bit. Not having a lot of success, kind of being shook off with relative ease.
see that armbar attack again. Here it is. Look at that coming over. It's difficult to maintain the control of that arm, but look at the way that Myra there, he uses it to actually, well, he uses it to spin through. I thought he was going to use the thread of the armbar to open up the leg attack. It looked like he was hoping that Moreira would posture up and rip his arm out and would actually leave a leg hanging in the process and transition from one to the other. But this is very, This is very technical guard play here, right?
100%. We're seeing the cutting edge of technique here from Daniel Myra, but Moreira doing a great job of shutting that down.
Yeah, he's got the answer for every situation that has happened so far in this match. And that is, that's impressive considering some of the crazy positions that they've been cycling through.
And you can see Myra getting a little frustrated, or
he's trying to rip the arm out. I think he's maybe struggling here to deal with Moreira's defensive posture.
going high now, threatening with the triangle. Definitely mixing up high and low attacks. But Moreira, again, rock solid base, a little bit defensive from top, but that's what happens when you get a lead and feel very comfortable.
I'm not sure because we came in just a touch late and the points were already on the board. I feel like it may have been coming up from the double guard pull that was able to score Moreira the 2 points. We didn't actually see the sequence where it came from. But this is the thing now that Moreira has that point lead. The onus is very much on Myra to score back, right? That he can just, I don't want to say he's going to ride out the point lead, but he certainly doesn't need to take risks.
No, and I mean, if his strategy for the last several minutes is any indication, I don't think he will. And it feels like Myra doesn't want to wrestle up, which, again, adds another level of safety to his game. Myra is strictly looking to invert under, catch a leg, or go for the back. If he's not wrestling up, again, that's just one less option that Moreira has to be too concerned with.
Yeah. Looking for that arm again is Myra. Trying to go in underneath and try and probably invert in underneath for the legs, you would have to imagine. Oh, but it was a
quick little wrestle up.
Yeah,
I said he wasn't going to do it, but the timing was perfect. I don't think that was his plan, but he just saw a brief lapse in attention from Moreira. Moreira looked to the sidelines, and Myra took advantage. Really smart work right there.
Very smart. I got to say, I was so impressed with Myra there. That was not a particularly difficult wrestle up either, you know, just a head in the middle and dive through for the double, but just off balance the opponent. However, that's 2 points back on the board for Moreira, the Atos black belt. And now we see a leg attack, trying to get that entanglement. He rips it out and away, 4 points to 2. I feel like Myra, there we go. Now we see another double, comes up, trying to come up and get the back here. If he can drag Moreira into the bounds, that'll be smart because he'll get 2 rather than...
Jumps on the back. I got my face for the wrestle-up commentary earlier, you know. I said he wasn't looking to do it, but here he is at the end of the match, really pouring it on. Smart work. Also, Moreira is on Aries, not Atos Hal.
Excuse me, yes. This is a little tricky. Yes, he's going to get 2. So that is 2 for Myra now. It's going to be 4-4. He was denied, unfortunately, the back points because I think he was in the transition of putting the hooks in and rolling as they went out of bounds. So he gets an advantage for that as well. And it's going to be a penalty against Moreira, the Aries Jiu-Jitsu black belt, for basically fleeing the area.
Now this really changes the dynamic here.
It really does.
Moreira was kind of coasting for a few minutes in this match. Now he is down not just by an advantage, but by a penalty point. So he most likely is going to have to try and score. He's not going to feel confident with just getting an advantage at this point.
Yeah, just one advantage, he's still behind. Yeah. Very interesting turn of events. And yeah, I'll be honest, I'm the same as you, Chase. I am genuinely surprised to see Myra switch up tactics and go for the wrestle attack like that. That's shows his versatility, I guess.
You know, and we've seen already today some competitors get tunnel vision and write out a strategy that's not quite working for him for the entire match. Myra, in the last 3 or 4 minutes, they really just started showing some different looks, using timing to his advantage, and it's paid off in a big way.
Looking for a leg, but I feel like the knee has slipped out. There it is. Moreira's. He just retreats to safety, but still in this middle distance. I feel like Myra's just throwing so much at him here. The trick is not to overextend and to give Moreira that opportunity to fire back.
And Myra seems to be really a home in this kind of game now. So the tempo's sort of shifted where Myra was, for a few minutes in the middle of the match, a little bit frustrated with Moreira's stalling posture. Now Myra is in his range and dictating the tempo of this match, where things are going, the pacing of it all. And he's going to take this win.
There it is. Time goes. Myra advances in this featherweight division match. That's going to put him into the quarterfinals. Excuse me, semifinals. He will face the winner of the, I believe the winner of Adam Benion versus Diego Pato. So Myra goes through. Semi-final match a little later today. Should take place around about 11:30 on mat 12. And we'll be staying on mat 12 for this next match, because we've got Diego Pato taking on Adam Benion Chase. And for those of you who have seen Pato in action, there he is on the right of the screen with the green ankle band. Pato is a pan no-gi champion, having won that tournament earlier this year. 4 matches, 4 submissions. And that's Adam Benion of 50-50. Well-known American black belt, trains with Ryan Hall there in Virginia.
Yeah, this is a sleeper pick for match of the morning. Really, really dynamic grapplers on both sides of the mat here. Pato, submission hunter, as you mentioned. Great performance also at WNO recently. And Adam Benion is a guy that's been on the bubble for a long time. Like you said, making the move down to Ryan Hall's gym the last 2 years or so, right?
That's correct. I spent a large part of his formative career, the color belt ranks, in the Marcelo Garcia Academy in New York. You know, Pato, a representative of Cicero Costa team, a powerhouse among the lighter-weight ranks, featherweights, light featherweights, a long tradition of producing extremely tough and technical competitors. And Pato is definitely both of those things. He has the ability to finish the match very quickly with various techniques, whether it's, oh, look at this, going for the legs. And I was about to say that this is the interesting thing about Pato, is that he is he's adapted very well to the heel hooks, because we never really saw him compete with heel hook rules until this year. And he hasn't necessarily used heel hooks, but he's used the reaping entries and such to attack for finishes in his IBJJF no-gi matches. But he also can finish with arm bars, chokes, you name it. Into this 50-50 position, now you have to think that Benion, training with Ryan Hall, he's going to be very, very familiar with this position. But I feel like Pato is the more aggressive here, and he's kind of aiming to get that heel, and I think the Benion's going to have to be careful.
Yeah, Pato, again, we talked about tempo in the last match, really sort of dictating where this match has been going so far in the opening minutes. Benion doing a nice job of addressing the danger, but Pato sort of just continuing to progress forward and hunt for this leg.
Now this is interesting, isn't it, Chase? Because we always said that we were expecting the new heel hook rules that...
there it is, I mean...
Yeah. I was going to say that it was killing the... these long periods of the 50,
your voice.
Yeah, the long periods of the 50-50 guard were a thing of the past. Well, we've seen a good couple of minutes of this match so far in this position, and that's the first solid heel hook attempt that came out of it.
This goes to show, I mean, good defensive posture can negate that technique for a little bit longer than you might expect, but Pato's still working for his entry here, his opening. And Benion definitely hanging out here in a very dangerous spot. Again, mainly reacting to what Pato's throwing at him. Beto again hunting for a heel. Benion fighting the hands.
I'm actually really surprised that the match has hung out in this position for so long, but I'm going to ask that we actually move over onto mat 1 now to catch this match, because Gabriel Souza has just taken to the mat here on mat 1 against Richard Nogueira, and it's really important that we catch this match, because this is a big one right here, isn't it, Chase? That this is a pivotal featherweight quarterfinal match, and we've got on top with the black and white rash guard is Richard Nogueira. On bottom is Gabriel Souza of ZR Team. And both of these men had very impressive matches yesterday. Richard Nogueira scored a win. Wow, look at that. Cartwheel guard pass into a stack pass. Aggressive start there. More aggressive, I would say, from Richard Nogueira. If there's been any criticism about Richard, is that maybe he relies on the techniques to play the game. Oh, he loves it.
There.
Oh, he loves it.
He loves a little bit of a...
The harder you come at him, the more he prefers it. But I was saying that Richard Nogueira, criticism has been that he's been a little too strategic. But in this tournament, he's very aggressive and actually finished the match yesterday by
jumping
a
on for a heel. Gabriel definitely forced to react there. Now in and on a single of his own.
Yeah, this is the kind of action we expected from this match. Lots of movement. This is, oh, nice takedown points there for Gabriel Souza, who's now 2-0. Well, we expected aggression. That's Gabriel Souza's style, but I'm just very impressed with Richard Nogueira. His aggression in this tournament so far, taking it up a level. This is a different Richard Nogueira, and you've got to give him credit. Hitting the buggy choke yesterday, setting it up from top side control, spectacular submission. Gabriel Souza, on the other hand, practically sent his opponent through the crust of the earth with one of the heaviest double leg slams I've seen in a very long time.
Completely legal, by the way.
Totally legal, yeah.
But it did look brutal, indeed.
You see Gabriel Souza looking and chatting over with his teammate Diego Ramalho, fellow ZR Team black belt, kind of asking, like, what's going on here, man? Richard Nogueira, he doesn't want to open up.
Well, I mean, he's weighing on Souza here, right? This is going to eventually drain some energy. But it's certainly not easy for Richard to hold as well. Oh, great move there. Looking for a takedown.
Big
body
reversal
lock.
Into the top position as well. I gotta say, this is a scrap right now, and playing out exactly as we'd hoped as fans of the sport, right, Chase?
I'm loving this game from Richard Nogueira. Really clever, super aggressive. That was a nice move there. Had Gabriel Souza in all kinds of danger before the reset.
Well, this hyper-competitive featherweight division, and this is a quarterfinal match, a very significant quarterfinal match. The winner will take on Damian Orende later today. Orende won his first match this morning via submission, tapping out Winson Ramos of Checkmate. So you've got on top Richard Nogueira of Rodrigo Pinheiro Jiu-Jitsu against Gabriel Souza on bottom, aka Joao Gabriel Batista. That's his long official name. We know him best as Gabriel Souza. 2-2 with one advantage for Nogueira. Will we see Souza accelerate from bottom? Will we see him try to reverse position? Because let's be frank as well. Oh, here he comes up. Yes, that's exactly what he's doing. Got to be careful here. We could see Nogueira come high with the guard, looking for an omoplata. There we see that Souza gets the points now, 4 points to 2.
I love the way that Nogueira answered immediately back with a attempted arm lock there off the takedown. No advantage awarded, but it looked tight from where we were sitting.
And that's what we heard, right? We heard the sidelines, we heard the coaches sort of saying, like, well, where is the advantage for that? I mean, looked to me like that arm was in danger for a brief moment there. But it depends, right? I mean, like, they will be the judge. The severity of the submission attack, it has to be a legit submission attack to warrant an advantage. So Souza was out of it, no problem. Now will we see Richard Nogueira open his guard and go on the attack? He's very sneaky, right? He's got some very technical submissions you have to be very careful of.
He's a big fan of the no-arm triangle as well. I don't know if you want to do that no-gi, a little more slippage available, but yeah, you're right. Very unorthodox, as mentioned. The buggy choke yesterday,
Yeah.
Evidence of that. And he must be feeling good about his setups from closed guard, just given their earlier exchange, right? We're right back to what we saw last time. I think Gabriel Souza will be a little more aggressive, like he is now, framing against the face.
That's some aggressive hand fighting right there.
I mean, it works. Two hands under the chin is very uncomfortable, to say the least.
Put that pressure on. Souza kind of figuring out what to do here in this close guard, trying to posture up, trying to find his way out of this trap. If you're looking for a schedule, by the way, of the order of matches that are taking place, the best thing to do is go to bjjcompsystem.com and check the order of fights. It will tell you the exact running order of every match here from the start through to the end today. Look at this, standing up is Souza. Will we see another counter reversal from Nogueira? Will we see him try to wrestle Souza back down to the mat again? He's looking for that body lock.
Gabriel Souza forced to stand up maybe a little earlier than he would have liked for inactivity inside the closed guard. He drops back down to his knees. I think he's feeling a little frustrated right now by Nogueira's tight lock around his back. Great squeeze from Nogueira, and you know, Gabriel has really not made a strong attempt to open the guard. He stood when he needed to, and then went back down. I think he'll stand again, as we see. But Nogueira has long legs and an excellent squeeze. So I mean, look at that. He can get a body triangle there from the front.
Yeah, those legs are long. Will he go for the lumberjack sweep here? He's definitely trying. There he goes. He's managed to hook the leg. Can he use it to off balance and come up? The base too strong there. I feel that Nogueira actually, he needs to open up the close guard at some point now, because he can stay here all day, but he's going to lose on points unless he goes on the attack. Thing is,
well, he's got the advantage, right?
He
so
does.
That does play into maybe his willingness to sweep early.
He's biding his time,
Yeah.
but the problem, like going up high, and this is the problem. You open your guard with Gabriel Souza, this is what happens. He gets his foot on the gas pedal, and he's going to be looking to pass the guard with a quickness. Now, this long-range passing right here, he's got the ankle control. Let's remind our viewers, Chase, that just 2 weeks ago, Gabriel Souza was able to pass the guard of Mikey Musumeci at the Who's Number One Championships. His guard passing is world class.
Yeah, not just once, but twice in that match before securing the finish. Pretty incredible stuff there.
There's a stalling call, actually, and a penalty. But I don't know, I feel like maybe that's a little tough, the stalling call right there. A stalling call against both guys as they're in the middle of fighting, and you see one guy, actually, one of the side referees calling it back. Yeah, interesting that
Sort
they
of
would call stalling late.
moment,
I feel like it took the momentum out of the match there. They called the match to issue stalling penalties for something that had maybe happened earlier where they could have just let them go.
In any case, wasting no time getting right back to it until
Yeah, but back into
in the
this close guard. I feel like that was an officiating mistake. I feel like they stopped the match as they were kind of mid-guard pass. And I understand that they want them to stay busy, but oh, look at that. Nice little shuck there. Popping the hips forward. He needs to stay out of that leg entanglement. Can Gabriel Souza get his leg free? Hand on the inside. I think Nogueira will be looking probably for the heel hook or the sweep from this position. Yes, inside heel hook attempt, but easily slips the heel. But he's got to be careful. He doesn't give up his back here from this position. Oh, he switches it. Look at that beautiful spin. dives the underhook through and manages to get the
Okay, but
top position. But be careful here because Richard Nogueira submitted his opponent yesterday with the buggy choke. No pass points for Gabriel Souza in that exchange, but he does get an advantage. That's the thing now. You do all that work to pass the guard, and there's the trap waiting for you.
that's vicious. Oh, but look at this movement from Gabriel Souza. No points awarded there.
10 seconds left. Great match. Great match. One of the most aggressive performances I've seen from Richard Nogueira, and classic Gabriel Souza. The hustle, the scramble, the effective guard passing. That was a really impressive one, I gotta say, Chase. I enjoyed that match a lot. But let's take it for the official decision. There you go. Gabriel Souza gets his hand raised, and we'll move through into the semifinal a little later against Damian Orende. That takes place on mat 1 around about 11:25. You enjoy that one?
That was certainly everything we hoped for. You're right about that, Hal. And I'm looking forward to this next match on deck. We have Kieran Kitchuk versus Rodrigo Franconi Diaz.
Yeah, let's stay here on mat 1 because this is the first lightweight match of the day, I want to say, right?
I believe you are correct, sir. Kieran had a couple quick heel hook victories yesterday, making his presence known here in the lightweight division over the last year.
On the left, Rodrigo Franconi of Fight Sports. On the right, Kieran Kitchuk, representing Team Lloyd Irvin. I believe that Kitchuk is Canadian. And yeah, we've seen him hit a lot of submissions this year at the in IBJJF tournaments. He's hasn't quite managed to make his way to the top of the podium, but he has certainly impressed us with his aggressive game and quite a diverse series of submission attacks as well. Leg attacks, chokes.
Yeah, great triangle. Strong guard player.
Right.
For the most part, but definitely can wrestle up if he needs to. Franconi,
powerful.
A bruiser. Yeah.
Powerful.
Loves to bring the aggression, bring the heat, good wrestling.
Yeah, heavy base.
You see that right there after that shot.
Heavy base, very difficult to sweep. Aggressive.
That was a nicely timed guard pull from Kieran there.
Half of the trick is being able to pull them without giving up the two, right?
You see Kieran trying to dig, swim beneath the powerful base there of Rodrigo. No easy task though, as Rodrigo bases out, puts his head squared in the chin of Kitchuk for a moment there. Really low base there, again, from Rodrigo. He does not want Kieran to go underneath his legs. As Kieran does swim, tries to get that underhook. It's a little shallow. Can't quite get it.
Z-guard, got the knee shield. Franconi, he briefly had the underhook there, but good use from Kitchuk on bottom in using his hands to protect the upper body. He's using that right hand on the bicep to deny Rodrigo the crossface, and his left elbow is tight against his ribs. That will, there he goes high, opens it up a little, and you can see Franconi bails immediately at the merest whiff of a submission threat.
Back out and try again. You know, he didn't get too far with his passing earlier, was sort of feeling out, I think, Kieran's looks, his attempts. He knows that Kieran wants to go under, but has no problem as well throwing up a quick triangle. Kieran's guard's a problem, make no mistake, and I think Rodrigo's doing a nice job of playing safe, playing cautious as he finds a way to dismantle this. Nice underhook now from Franconi. Kieran framing out well. Yeah, and the Z-guard holding it quite nicely for Kieran. For those who haven't felt a really great Z-guard, there is a strong amount of pressure on the passer's hip.
A ton.
It can feel very uncomfortable, actually, just to be in the guard.
Which is why you'll see them actually back out away from it rather than drive forward into it, because it's a formidable weapon. And as we said yesterday, I feel it's probably one of those positions that is most searched for. It's like, well, how to pass the Z-guard.
Yeah.
It does offer a number of options, especially in no-gi. And look at this. There's the cage that Kitchuk is using from bottom. He's got the right hand inside on the bicep, and he's using his left arm very close to create a frame using the lever of the elbow. And that denied Franconi that important cross-face and underhook control from the upper body to initiate a guard pass. And it's really important that when you are playing this guard position, this Z-guard position, that you're not extending your elbows away from your body too much. Because there, look at this. Manages to free his leg, and Franconi resets to the outside.
Advantage there for Franconi. I think a little generous maybe, but in any case, does change the dynamic of the match.
In this position, you do have a lot of options. You can actually, you can attack for, you can go high for triangle omoplata. If you're able to maybe get like a whizzer on the, it would be Franconi's left arm. You can also use the Z-guard to spin underneath and go for the leg attacks. And I feel like Kitchuk is hoping that Franconi is going to give him one or the other at this stage. But look at that base, the way that Franconi is able to drop his chest and his hips and almost sprawl out completely. Good luck sweeping somebody with that kind of base, right?
Yeah, he's clearly prepared for what Kieran has brought to the table, but can't seem to get too far past Kieran's framing as well. It's a bit of a stalemate so far in this match.
Right. He definitely prefers the long-range passing, you can tell, right? Franconi looking for that jumping knee slide pass there.
Well, he's mixing it up, right? We saw him trying to pressure in, as he is now. Makes no sense to keep doing the same thing that isn't working, so I like that he's looking for some longer range passing as well. That is how he received the advantage there.
There we go, take it. Position first.
You have to wonder if maybe Kieran will start showing a little bit different looks here as the match enters the second half.
Now we see him sort of trying to invert underneath. Almost manages to catch a leg to come up, but Francioni's distance management is key here, the way that he's kind of coming in and out quickly.
Got a get a little bloody nose here, looks like.
I think it might be the lips inside the mouth, maybe a little kick or something, but I'll just give Franconi a moment's attention from the medics and then hopefully restart. Just past the halfway mark in this match. Okay, ready to restart. There is another lightweight match taking place over on the mat 12, actually. And this division is, well, all these divisions are quickly taking shape, but the winner of this match right here, Kieran Kitchuk versus Rodrigo Franconi, I believe will go on to face the winner of Lucas Emmanuel versus Zachary Lacates, which will be the match right after this one.
Kieran shoots up real quick. I like that he's sort of laying in wait right there. Doesn't really show his hand too much, and then quickly explodes up with looking for a triangle and armbar. Hasn't seen a lot of success with it yet, but the thought is there, the intention's there, mixing things up, which I like.
Francioni very strong, very physical.
I feel like Francioni's moving backwards more than he's not in the last few minutes, right? This sort of changed where he's still entering in, but not making quite as much forward progress as we saw in the early stages of this match.
No, he's insisting less. And Kitchuk's really trying to chase after him, but
just the frames of Kitchuk are so good. I mean, you would think many would crumble under this constant pressure from Francioni, but he sort of enters in, wards off the pressure, and then resets.
But I feel like he's not even hanging around to deal with those openings. That when Kitchuk goes for a submission attack or goes for a leg or whatever, that's a great opportunity to start a guard pass, and Franconi will bail at the moment that he sees that and then reset the position. So we're only seeing half-executed techniques from both men here. By the way, over on mat 12 right now is Deandre Corby going up against the #1 seed Gianni Grippo in another quarterfinal match. That's taking place over on mat 12. So get the split screen going as we see the rest of this match. Hopefully we'll be able to switch over to mat 12 and catch it if that one's still going. I feel like, look at the way that now you see that the difference is that instead of trying to go forward and trying to catch that unhook crossface, Franconi, he's framing from top and he's actually stopping Kitchuk from coming up. And it's not going forward. There now you see him now trying to get that crossface underhook, but he's framing from top more than he is. Where it was earlier, it was Kitchuk framing from bottom to stop the pressure. Now it's Kitchuk is almost exclusively trying to pull Franconi into him, and Franconi is framing so hard.
First time we've seen Kitchuk get a decent elevation, and he's making the most
Coming
of
up
it.
onto the back here. They're going to go out of bounds. I feel that that's going to score Kitchuk an advantage as he came out onto the back there. Yep, advantage for Kitchuk. It is even on the scoreboard now. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this match.
Oh no, that's a bad penalty for Kitchuk.
I don't think that he gave him an opportunity to stand back up there. We are seeing both the side referees taking back that penalty, so yeah.
That would have really been unfortunate for Kitchuk with such little time left, and he just tied the score. So all even now with one advantage apiece.
Kitchuk back where he wants to be, playing from the guard. Rodrigo, I think he needs to get busy at this stage. It's a tricky one to call, isn't it? If you're a judge at this stage.
But another beautiful inversion there. You saw something he liked in that last exchange. Just going after it again. Really like the agile guard work there of Kitchuk. Nicely done.
This is the beauty of that. This is the beauty of that Z guard. It gives you so many opportunities.
Rodrigo's hips are a little higher than before. His commitment to the basing out is waning here as he knows he needs to try and earn this final advantage, which may give Kieran some more opportunities to invert underneath him with the hips a bit higher.
Around about 30 seconds remaining in this match here now. As soon as this match is over, we're going to jump over onto mat 12 to catch the other lightweight quarterfinal, but I am intrigued to see how this decision goes, Chase, because I want to know how the referees see this one. It's good for us to kind of get a handle on what it is that they're looking for, whether they feel that Rodrigo's top game and control is worth more than Kitchuk's repeated submission attacks, or submission entries from bottom, I should say. He hasn't actually had any submission attacks, but he was definitely insistent on trying to draw Franconi into some jiu-jitsu exchanges. Well, let's see what the judges have to say. It's unanimous for Franconi, the top guard, the top position player. And I got to say, I am a little surprised at that one, Chase. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, that's the end of that match. We'll jump over straight away onto mat 12 now to catch the remainder of this this match. Gianni Grippo versus Deandre Corby. Here we go. On top is Gianni Grippo, IBJJF World Nogi Champion, Pan Nogi Champion, the #1 seed in this lightweight division, taking on Deandre Corby of Standard Jiu-Jitsu. Right now you can see we're almost just over 4 minutes into this match, I should say. And Corby has been insisting on leg attacks and showing no fear of going up against a technical guard player such as Gianni Grippo, a noted leg fighter. Corby is a risky strategy in going for the legs. Well, that's Kieran Kitchuk sharing his opinions as he exits the mats.
Yeah, I was surprised to see a split or unanimous decision there. In any case, the tournament rolls on here, and Corby had a very dominant win over Marcus Phelan from Ireland yesterday to punch his ticket here to this match with Gianni Grippo. But Grippo is definitely the favorite, or one of the favorites in this bracket. And the match has been very competitive, as you can see, just one decision separating the two.
It's unusual to see somebody try and draw Gianni Grippo into this leg fighting game. It's such a risky strategy. And look at this. Now you see Grippo trying to pressure forward. Aggressive framing from Corby on bottom. Can we see Gianni Grippo get this guard pass here?
This is definitely one of Gianni's favorite places to be.
Oh, yeah. He can go straight to the back from here, right?
Good frames, though, from Corby.
Strong frames.
But Gianni's known to just hang out in that arena and just sort of grind down his opponents. He has no problem taking 2 to 3 minutes to complete a pass.
I think it's an interesting strategy to see Corby play from bottom in this position, because honestly, I think I would rather be on bottom against somebody like Gianni Grippo than I would be trying to pass his guard. And look at this, he's going in for the leg entanglement here. Gotta be careful that he doesn't expose his back. Grippo possibly going for a Darce choke here. Look at this, reaching over the top.
I like the aggression from Gianni, putting a lot of pressure. He's definitely thinking about that Darce. Corby shifts his position to avoid that, but under pressure, under constant threat from Grippo at the moment.
See some solid pressure there. Look at that now into this smash pass position. He's got the beginnings of what looks like a head and arm choke here. Gianni Grippo's got the strong crossface and underhook. His leg is still trapped, but that's not going to be a total barrier for him in this position. He doesn't score any passing points from here, but he can start initiating the arm triangle pass. If he can get his leg free, Chase, then he can either finish or he can go to the back. There's a lot of options
to the
here.
mount. Yeah, he's in a great spot. And again, Corby is in a terrible spot.
And he gets the finish. Arm triangle submission for Gianni Grippo. 2.5 minutes remaining. That was a beautiful display of top pressure there and a very calculated counter to basically somebody who is insisting on attacking for leg locks. Nice finish there for Gianni Grippo, who moves through into the semi-final of the lightweight division. Let's take a little look at the bracket, shall we? And we'll see exactly where things are. So I believe that Grippo will face off with Fabio Caloi, an Alliance teammate. We'll see if they actually do compete against each other. They know each other well. But we're going to come back here on mat 1 for a little bit more action. We've got another roosterweight match taking place. This is a semi-final. And returning to the mat is Estevan Martinez. He's taking on Lee Rosenfield. That was the replay here of the Gianni Grippo